Welcome everybody. Coming to you live here from the beautiful Snoqualmie Casino in Issaquah, Washington. We've got the Silver Division Scotch Doubles Final for you here. Sitting in the hot seat, we've got Tony Costanzo and Molly Oliver. And coming from the one-loss side, we got John Kiske and Cassie Francois. Kiske and Francois will have to win 2 sets in this true double elimination final. And Costanzo and Oliver, who are at the table now, just need to win 1 set. This is going to conclude our Scotch doubles play here at this event, and starting at 3 o'clock Pacific time, so in about an hour and a half, we've got singles starting. This is the first time we've had Molly and Tony here on the stream table, so I'm not familiar with. I've seen Molly play before, but that's about it. I don't know Tony at all. And we had John and Cassie on earlier yesterday, and they played very well together, so should be an exciting match here. Okay, she got through there real nice. I don't know that she thought she was going to be able to make it through there clean, so she hit things hard so she didn't get tied up, but she came back through there clean. And Matthew, can you hear me now? Hopefully our sound is good. We didn't have sound for the 3rd place match that we had in this division. I just put that on as bonus coverage. But we should have sound now. If somebody can hear me, please let me know. Steven says Tony plays good. He's from the Tacoma area. Okay, thank you. Glad that I sound good. You're watching Bad Boys TV. This is Brett Baker coming to you. And I believe Rick Jones will be joining me here in a few minutes. He's doing tournament director stuff. Looks to me like right now he's actually getting the stream up in the room here, so people in the room can watch it as they warm up for their singles matches. And he's headed this direction.
Paul talks out of the wrong side of his head.
All right. Well, we're in game 1 here. Oliver and Costanzo are shooting the solids. They got this 1 ball, and then they got to get on a tough 4 ball up there. But
seen some good pool this morning.
Yeah, the Gold Division final was pretty well played.
Oh, you didn't change the title in the thing up there? Don't worry about it.
Well, I did, but
okay, maybe it's just not showing it. That's all good. We can always go back and fix it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
We'll look after.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's the finals. We do need to get in the habit of, though, when we put that in for the finals, to put finals.
Oh.
And then, because it's easier to find that way.
Okay.
I was messing around last night trying to put all the finals on a playlist from Southwest Regionals. And
yeah,
then,
I guess
and
it's
then
a
put
little
up the playlist that way.
little tough to remember who was in the
Right.
finals.
Yeah.
2 tournaments at later.
So it's the Brett and Rick show today.
That's right.
We got Brett. We put Brett's name up first today. He gonna be in here a lot.
Well, you know, like Brett does come before Rick in the alphabet. So Baker does come before Jones.
Brett's trying to lead me into a very, very big problem child there.
Just follow me, young man.
And something about before Julie, too, but I'm going to leave it be.
Oh. I didn't know you before Bonnie.
Well, that was a pretty decent hit.
Yeah, it was real nice and hasn't left a whole lot for John to start with here.
I think you just shoot that. You can either shoot the 12, stop, make sure the 8's got the 4 hooked, or just roll down here and break these 2 out. Or he might go for this. And
Okay.
yeah, same thing.
Yep. There was nothing wrong with that shot because if it went, you had shape on the 15 and 13. And he missed it and has not left an open shot.
Don't forget to hit that like button. That makes our sponsors happy, and that allows us to bring you free streams.
Well, I guess you and Paul had a deal here earlier. If you
Oh, no, Paul just makes up deals.
He said if we could get 20 likes, you were going to buy him a drink.
Yeah, he's tripping.
We were up to 18, and boy, we went from like 18 to 24 immediately. I was like, darn, even if that wasn't true, that was a good
Yeah.
that was a good way to get people.
I bought him lunch, so I need everybody else to jump.
Because then it was about 5 minutes later, a cocktail waitress walked by and looked at Paul and wanted to know if he wanted the same thing as yesterday. I said, well, you need to send her over to see Rick.
Too funny. I'm trying to multitask over here.
Well, looks like Steven has got the Fargo rates of everybody on the in this match. Yeah, for the women, 505, 517. I would say it's pretty. Both these women play pretty solid.
Well, I'll tell you what. That gold finals, McDonnell, man, she shoots nice.
She really did.
She's got a
played good.
really sweet stroke. And
I felt a little bad for Joyce. She missed some shots there at the end, and she got a few bad things. But when you see what I said, man, if the people had known what she'd gone through, she almost died a couple years ago and struggled to come back. So it's good to just see her competing again.
God damn it! I'm trying to copy this.
So Cassie has moved another ball down to the other end of the table. They got to be careful not to get these stripes too tied up. They get a shot, they want to be able to clear them.
All right.
Oh, our new commentator.
I got another
Well, I think he wanted to bank this 4 down, but he's got it out of there now. They just have to hope for another shot. Looks to me like John can start with this 10 in the side. It's a little bit of a tight angle, but he should, or he can start with the 13 if he doesn't feel comfortable with that one. I may be looking at just moving the 9 out of there and sticking them behind the 10. Okay, that's what he's going to do. He's going to bank this 9, stick him behind the 10. Didn't really care if that ball went in or not. If it went in, his partner had a nice shot on the 13, but looks like Molly is bringing out the jump cue. Okay, she's called the 4 down here in the lower right hand pocket. Well, she cleared the 10, but wasn't able to make contact with the 4, so Cassie will come to the table with ball in hand. Everything's out in the open now. Everything has a pocket. She's looking at starting with the 10. If it was me, and this is just personal preference, I think I would start with the 15 and then move the 13. I would use the 10 as my key ball to get on the 8, but there's certainly many different ways you could clear this table. The one nice thing she just did for Scotch doubles is she left her partner absolutely any choice he wants. He's on all 3 of their stripes right now, so it's totally up to him. When playing 8-ball, I like to have to move the cue ball as little as possible on the last to get on the 8. So, okay, he's taking the 15. He's set Cassie up for the 13. She just wants to get him anywhere between the 8 and the 9 so he can shoot that 9 and just draw back a little bit. She'll have a nice shot on the 8. Okay, I think she's okay. I don't think the 8 quite got over there far enough to... John's kind of looking pretty close at it. I know she didn't want to run into the 8. She's not happy with herself. Well, he was just slightly hooked. He had to try to curve around it. Made contact with it, made a good hit, but was not able to pocket it. So Tony's going to come to the table with either a bank on the 4, or I don't know if he can cut this. Looks like he could probably cut it in the side if he wants to. I kind of like banking this and drawing the cue ball just in case it doesn't go. You're not leaving up an easy shot on the 9. He came over to confer with Molly to see what her thoughts are on this. He wants to know now what she would have done, not wait till he makes a mistake and have her say, well, why didn't you do this? Okay, he cut the 4 in nicely. Came back across. Molly's going to have not a real easy shot on the 8, but where they were, this is certainly a workable shot. She's just going to want to roll this in. She can't hit it with too much speed or brings the scratch into play. Alright, so Cassie's got a cut on the 9. She just needs to make sure she makes this. They're going to pretty much have shape unless she like rolls right up on the 8 and freezes to it or something. But she hit that great. Coming down. John should have a real nice shot on the 8 straight up in the corner. Alright, so John and Cassie take a 1-0 lead in this race to 4. They need to win this set to force a second and deciding set. Well, the room's starting to fill up here. Give you a little view of the room here. Singles players starting to come in, warm up for their 3 o'clock matches. Jesse's Billiards down at the other end of the room. She's doing tip repair, cue repair. She's got a few cues and cases with her. And we've got the live stream up on the big screens on both sides. Alright, so here we are, ready for action. Cassie Francois is going to break these balls up. Looks like she's going head ball. Hit him pretty nice and solid. I think I heard a ball go down. Nope, must not have, because Tony's headed to the table, so it must have came up dry. Yeah, I was going to say that magic rack is, it's deceiving. That's going to be a tough one. They're going to have to move one of those balls, I think. There you go. It's nice that players are beginning to get comfortable with the magic rack and working together to just have to raise one up slightly, right back down. A lot quicker than waiting for a referee to come and do the same thing or to mark the ball. And
Table 1?
yep.
Table 2's not on there, is it?
Well, for those of you who follow pool, especially the Americans, our Moscone Cup team is now complete. This morning, Skylar Woodward, Dennis Hatch, and Billy Thorpe were all chosen. And this afternoon, the other two spots went to Shane Van Boning and just recently Oscar Dominguez. So congratulations to these 5 guys. The weight of USA Pool World is on your shoulders. We will be rooting for you guys. Congratulations to those guys. Several players very deserving of that 5th spot. But you can't argue with Oscar. That boy is all heart.
Got to shovel it in.
Rick is back from
Trying
doing
to
his.
hide. He's over here talking to me. What you want? No, that's all right. Go ahead. We'll let everybody can hear you. If you can take his shirts?
Yeah,
well, all I have is the red one right now, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you get them.
Yeah, because I'm not sure we're going to get the blue and yellow ones until after the event.
Oh.
So we'll have them in Lincoln City. You're playing in Lincoln, right? Yeah. Yeah, they were supposed to be here on the 8th, but he just called me and said he can't ship them out till Thursday, so. Huh?
Are the hoodies here?
They're supposed to be here Friday morning.
I'll just wait till later then.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't get away from the multitasking. It's just
Hey,
chase.
What happens when you're the CEO of a huge conglomeration like BadBoys?
Yeah.
I was just congratulating the 5 USA players chosen for the Moscone Cup today.
So who'd they pick? I know they got Billy.
I got Billy, Skyler, Dennis Hatch, Shane Van Boning, and the 5th pick went to Oscar Dominguez.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Bergman didn't make it.
Well, you know,
I
there's.
just love how Bergman and Sky play together.
Yeah, I did too.
Nothing against anybody else.
Justin just didn't compete in as many events this year.
Congratulations to Oscar.
Yeah, I think Oscar, Justin Bergman, and
Oscar, I hate to tell
Rodney
you this,
Morris were all very deserving players. But
but you better take a week off from being Papa right before the event so you can get some sleep.
yeah, how good's Oscar going to play now? He's got an extra mouth to feed. Congratulations to him and Desiree on their beautiful little girl.
That's some funny shit. Sounds like a good team. Now we'll see if they'll gel together.
It'll be interesting to see who ends up on Team Europe now. Got a feeling their team's going to look a little different this year, too.
Well, I didn't miss nothing, huh? Still 1-0?
It's 1-0.
Brett, you have the ugliest scoreboard ever.
Oh, I just hadn't.
I always got to put some color.
Yeah, I just hadn't got to it.
We need to get a fancier scoreboard. But
In honor of the Moscone Cup, we'll go with the red and the blue.
red, white, and blue, baby. Yeah, for you guys that don't know and don't pay attention, you got the Moscone Cup, and then immediately after that is the U.S. Bar Table Championship. A great week and a half to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I've got to make that decision here pretty quick. Do I go to the Moscone Cup or not?
Oliver and is it Castano? Is that how you say it?
Costanzo.
Costanzo are the winners of the A bracket, so they got to get beat twice.
You gonna go to the Moscone Cup?
Probably not, dude. I enjoy my time off. I'll watch it. I'll watch it from my couch.
You'll have to watch it from in your car.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think you'll be traveling. That's why I was going to say, well, you're
I'll
going
be driving to Vegas.
You gonna leave 2 or 3 days early? Or?
Yeah. No, we ain't getting much time off this year, so probably use every spare moment after. Well, we have Lincoln City, then I think I'm home for like a week, and then we got the Oklahoma region.
Go to Oklahoma.
Yeah, and then yeah, probably not gonna do anything until I gotta be at the bar table. Been hella busy this year. Hoping to add 1 or 2 more next year, and then that's pretty much gonna be my max. You want in here now? You got a ref?
I'm finished refing. I'm going to wait somebody else come back. Do you want to stay there or do you want to get out of here?
It don't matter.
You get stuff to eat?
Yeah, it don't matter.
I'll bring it back.
That's a nice shot, Cassie.
I saw, oh yeah, Leo's sitting over here.
Yeah, I gave him. I said, "Oh, she finally got a decent partner." He
Yeah,
laughed.
yeah. Poor girl.
We should get Leo in here.
Actually, we should, shouldn't we? Let me see if I can talk him into it.
Leo. Leo.
Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. All right, we welcome Leo Violet into the booth here.
All right, well, I'm happy to be here. I kind of got drug into this.
Rick kind of just hog-tied him, drug him over here.
I'm maybe a little biased, but I'll try to.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. As long as you admit it.
I admit it.
That's yeah. If you're not, then there might be a problem.
No, I'm not sure she got there. It looks like if she didn't quite get there, I bet JK can spin this in or do a soft, really slight masse.
I think he can see it.
Yeah, I think he can see it almost head on. He might not even need to spin
he's
it. Yeah, he's not putting any spin on that.
just rolled it in.
That was a good job.
So John and Cassie go up 2-0.
This is the team that, thank you, Steven. This is the team that put JK and Cassie on the B side.
Oh, okay.
So they have an opportunity to try to get that back. But
I hadn't looked at the bracket. I was wondering who they lost to because we had them yesterday on the stream, and boy, they looked strong. I was like, oh, they're going to be there at the end, and here they are.
Yeah, it's just been a great tournament for them. And Cassie and JK have been kind of wanting an opportunity to do a little scotch together for a while.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
This was a great opportunity. And the other team.
She just noticed that you're back here. She kind of looked over and saw that you weren't sitting in your chair.
I hope I don't get in trouble.
Well, you just have to be, you have to be nice to her.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right. Boy, the breaks sure are finicky. Sometimes you just make balls constantly, and other times.
Yeah, I've had several people ask me about how this table's breaking, and I said, sometimes 3-4 balls will go in, and other times a really good break, and then it comes up dry. So you just.
Yeah, be willing to try a couple different things on these. Well, you can't tell if the 14-13 combo looks like.
I think the 14's got to be cut to the left there a little bit.
Yeah, but it's got a pocket.
It does have a pocket.
That ball's doable. I think, you get a pretty good opening shot on stripes. If
you want the stripes, I think I'd start with the 10, which is what John looks like he's looking at.
Yeah, I like solving these balls on the bottom end of the table first. And if you can set it up to shoot that 14-13 before you shoot the 12, then you can use the 12 to play shape.
There you go.
So maybe they can figure out a way to get there.
Oh, he decided to take solids. Started with the 2. Okay.
So the 4 will be difficult, and he's going to have to stroke it to give her a shot after the ball.
3's a little difficult.
Yeah, no, he stroked it.
I think I can't tell if the 6 will pass the 11 down here, but
I do think it passes like about a half pocket. Looks like she's got a half pocket or a super thin cut in the side.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 7 has a half pocket by the 5.
That's kind of
the 6.
It's kind of what I was looking. It's like she doesn't have anything easy, that's for sure. Okay, it wasn't a bad miss. It looks to me like she kind of blocks that 11 ball now.
Yeah, and yep. Let's see what the other team. What is their name?
This is Tony Costanzo.
Tony, okay.
And Molly Oliver is his partner.
Tony got his partner breakout. Looks like she has a shot on the 10.
Yeah.
A little thin. She just lets the 2 ball go a little bit.
So have you been playing much?
Well, I didn't do scotch, but I have singles coming up here at 3,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, I haven't been playing quite as much. I'm just doing like one league and
Mm-hmm.
over the summer, pretty much one league, and then occasionally getting together to play on some 9-footers. My 9-footer game is a little rusty. 'Cause I don't get to play on them very often.
Yeah, I was going to say, boy, that's one of those that it can rust quickly.
Then she's got to let the cue ball fly a little, but I think
Yeah.
you got to go for this shot.
I think you have to shoot that 10 and that 7 gets pretty big
does.
shooting that 10 and I'm like,
It
oh,
does.
can you avoid the 7?
I'm not
And if you
sure.
do, are you going to scratch?
Yeah. You might scratch off the 7 on the side.
Yeah.
I think she's. Yeah, it is big 7. I think she's maybe got a chance to just miss the 7, come out between the 7 and the 5. And hit over there by the 4 ball, maybe. Let's see.
Oh, she caught the point. Well, I don't know if John's got a shot on that 3.
Well, he's on the 13.
Oh, they're
And
shooting.
the
They're
9,
they're
yeah,
shooting
the
the.
stripes.
They're shooting the solids.
Oh.
Molly just shot the stripes.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm confused.
If the 3 goes, boy, this is good. Okay, and it looks like it does because
Yeah.
he can just roll forward, get Cassie on the 1.
Yeah.
That solves a couple of problems.
And it looks like maybe the 8 will go if you save the 4 for last. That might
Yeah,
be a
that's what I'm
possibility.
thinking. The 4 might be a good. If she could just draw back, come off the side rail where she.
She doesn't have quite as much angle as I'd like, so you got to hit it firm with a little bit of stun instead of draw to get back to the
Yeah.
middle of the table.
Oh, it's beautiful. Come on, come on. Oh.
I got a little unlucky there.
Yeah, she did. She hit that really good. Oh, I would leave that ball there, John. I'd take the combo before I would shoot that ball.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to. You need to get a little lucky to leave your opponent a shot if you shoot the 4. And then, it's a tough shot. So. Yep, I think he's calling a combo. Or is he banking the 4?
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
Oh, he's
6.
okay. He's gonna cut the 6.
This could be. I'm not real happy with this either.
Oh, he hit a good.
Oh, he did. He was able to hit that.
Wow,
He was able to hit that really soft.
that was a nice shot. Well, Cassie's got a real nice shot on that 4, but
You do what you got here.
yeah.
You got to take the 4 now. You take the 4 now.
Yeah, this is where I will get in trouble. I get in my head, okay, I'm going to use the 4 as a key ball, and then I'll miss the 7 trying to avoid shooting the 4, you know.
Yeah. This is where you got to just try to play for good angles, especially the ball before the 8. So.
Ooh. Seen that happen quite a bit on this table. They run the ball up and it rattles.
Yeah, it's like anytime you got to stroke it a little. I mean,
Yeah.
These pockets are a little tight. If you can roll it, it goes better. But if she rolls that ball, she might not leave her opponent another 7-5 combo or something. So the 15 ball is a problem ball. And he may
Yeah.
try to get over by the 4 to shoot the.
Oh,
yeah.
boy. See there? This could be a bit of nerves being in the finals, too.
Well, yeah,
but,
both a little tight. And he's jacked up.
yeah,
He's
he was a little jacked up.
And with spin, that's a masse shot all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
And it makes that tricky.
Yeah, anytime you're jacked up, you really don't want to have to use spin.
But I think that he was hoping to hit that clean and come around 2 rails for that 15 ball to go on the side. Because I think that's the
boy.
pocket it goes in.
I think John's got a curve around the edge of that 14. If he's going to play the 4.
He's going to go ahead and bank it.
Okay, he's going to bank it.
He'll probably hit this with good speed to maybe block the pocket if he doesn't. Yeah.
He didn't want to leave
a
it in the
little-
middle of that rail, but
Kind of got down and hit that a little fast.
makes it a tough ball to get on when it's in the middle of the rail like that.
It does. At least it's not their only ball on the
No, yeah, if that's your last ball, you're really in trouble.
So now I think the 15 might go by the 8 in the corner, so they have more options here. If all the balls go, then they just need to play good angles and
Yeah, okay.
try not to leave themselves a tough shot. Try to run this out without leaving a tough shot and without getting straight in, unless straight in is what you want. I also like to not be on the rail if possible.
I think I'll come up for probably the 13 here.
Yeah, come in that direction.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what happened there?
just caught the point going in.
What?
Just caught the point going in. Well, here I like Cassie shooting the 5 and coming back out. Leave John an angle on the 7 so
Yep.
he can get up there to get her on the 4.
Yeah, right where her cue stick is. I don't think she really needs to do much here. You hit it with follow and then just control your speed. And you got a nice window to shoot that. Yeah, it should kind of go right in that direction with follows. I like
Boy, her game has really
having
come
that
up here in the last couple of years.
Yeah, she works really hard. And
You-
she's driven.
It really shows.
She's got the youthful energy to be driven.
Yeah, just when you talk to her, you can tell she really loves this game. You know.
Looks like she's left on a pretty good angle here. And JK is looking at the 8 goes in the side. If you want to shoot the 8 in the side, then you want to get pretty straight on that 4 ball. And if the 8 goes in the side, that's the simplest play. So on these little tables, you got to kind of keep it simple.
Still too far to the side.
It's too easy to get hooked or get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that. And Cassie can shoot this 1 rail draw for the 8 in the side.
That's pretty good there.
That's where you don't want to overcomplicate. I mean, if it goes in the side, I'm assuming she's looking at other. These, if it goes in the side, then playing for anything else here is scary, I feel. You don't want
Yeah.
to take a chance.
Right, you
trying
just-
to get an easy shot here.
You want
It's
to
a
keep it as
7-footer.
simple as possible.
Yeah, it's a 7-footer. They're all fairly easy. So leave for the simplest shape. If it doesn't go on the side, then yeah, you might have to make something happen here. You could play for a bank on the opposite side, maybe. But she
Okay.
got through there.
Wow,
So
that
if
was
it
a
goes,
great shot. Great
that was.
shot.
She had to hit that with right-hand spin. So my guess is maybe that didn't go in the side.
She didn't like it in the side, that's for sure.
And I guess there's room to get it in the corner and not foul.
Yeah, I think the monitor.
They're
That's
not-
one thing I've learned
Yeah.
sitting back here. It's like, boy, these monitors make things look tough sometimes.
Yeah, and they're not even calling a ref, so it must not be that close.
Yeah, it was easy.
Good job. That was a tricky shape to get on that 8 ball. It was big balls on the
She
table.
handled that well.
She shot good.
So John and Cassie are on the hill in this first set, 3-0. They'd love nothing more than to force that second and deciding set. We just got back from the Southwest Regionals down in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
6 finals.
My old stomping ground.
Your old
Yeah.
All
Back when pool was popular.
all 6 finals went 2 sets. And 5 out of the 6 went hill in the second set.
Those are some long days for you.
Oh my goodness. It was just, and it was some of the most exciting pool. You know, it's like, hey, I think Fargo rates are really starting to work.
Yeah. You know, as people get established, you know, and it's harder for players to sneak in under the radar, you know. So I think as people get more established, it's getting better and better.
Oh yeah, it'll continue to get better.
I remember doing some commentating in Lincoln City for teams, and they did female teams on the last day, and they double dipped. I think that they finished up about 1 a.m. and then I drove, you know.
Oh
Yeah, I got home about 6 a.m., but I didn't want to stay another night. Yeah, sometimes
Those
it
days
just
are
goes
brutal.
as long as possible.
yeah, because if they finished at 1 a.m., that means we probably got the tables loaded up out of there at about 4 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
And then by, you know, you got to check out and hit the road.
It's another unlucky sort of, the break is, you know, finicky. You make
Yeah.
it, but it's such a nice spread.
Really
And
spread nice,
not
but
getting a ball in. This is what I need to not do in singles. It seems like the last year or so I've been doing a fair amount of this exact thing, so hopefully that'll turn for me.
what I've noticed is sometimes hitting it harder is not always better.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girls have had a little better luck on this table.
Yeah.
It's hitting it solid.
Yep. Hit solid and find the, just the right angle to come into them. And sometimes you just got to look at what your opponent's doing if it's working for them and try to emulate it.
There you go. Do you like using the magic rack for A-ball?
Yeah.
I do too.
don't
I do
mind it.
too. I think a lot of players, you know, it's funny, they definitely want to use it in 9-ball. And to me, it's just as important to get a tight, maybe more important to get a tight rack in 8-ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be, it
Well.
actually can be pretty tough to get
Yeah.
a tight rack sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
Even
these-
on these tables, you know.
Well, when
these
you look at
guys-
how many different people rack on these tables, you know, Molly came up a little short on her shape there.
She's left a little bit of a tester. I think
Tony's
it's
got
at
a
the floor.
long shot on this 4. Man, and he's
struggling.
he is. Things
he's
just
just
aren't
tight.
going.
Yeah, I think he's just tight now, and because he's very capable. I've been seeing him shoot, you know, in prior matches, some a lot of really good shots. He's just having a hard time being comfortable right now, and so I know how that feels. Well, I mean, so
This-
Cassie and JK.
I don't know
still
how
got
long
pretty
Tony
tough.
and Molly sat. You know,
Yeah. They actually didn't know that the match had been moved back an hour and a half, so they came here expecting to play at was it noon?
oh, okay.
And they found out, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have minded sleeping in a little longer. I do know that.
That's possible. And a lot of times I just don't see them out hitting balls. You know, when you're in the hot seat, it's so important when that third place match is being played that you're on a table hitting balls. And
I think that they hit some balls earlier this morning, and then, I don't know, maybe they decided to get a bite to eat. And so JK made a good shot there. Good. I like
Okay,
the
that
8
was-
still in the middle of the table. She didn't hit it, you know. You don't want to hit it hard enough for the 8 to tie up with anything.
no,
so
this
good
is
speed
looking
there.
good right here. Everything's kind of out in the open. Everything's got a pocket.
This is kind of a, if you don't take care of the 10 now, then you have to come back to, if you take care of the 10 now, then this is a real critical shot here. You need to get the cue ball out of there and comfortably on something, whether it's the 9 or the 15, but you want to, this becomes kind of a key shot. You don't want to run into that 3. Yeah, that was gonna be.
Okay, I think they might be okay here.
Cassie's gonna take a look.
She's
at
looking.
that. If she can shoot that, then She's gonna have to maybe
Apparently
shoot
she
the
didn't
12.
like it. Apparently she didn't like it.
Yeah, and this is a little scary too. It's hard
Yeah,
to.
that cue ball's going to want to go over there between the 1 and the 2.
She might baby this, and she did. Hit the 1. That was a nice shot.
Oh, well,
Let's give
okay.
her
That,
partner a good chance here.
Yeah.
He's got. Looks like he's fairly straight on the 14.
yeah,
so
I like the 14. Yep, get her on that 13, I believe it is there.
Yep, they got a nice, very doable pattern here. They can just stay on the proper side of the balls. That was a nice clutch shot down the rail there.
They get out
Especially when
here,
they're
the key
babying
for
it.
Tony and Molly will be to put this set behind them and,
Reset.
yep, reset.
I wonder what the statistics are for how often the team on the A side loses the first set.
You know, we've
think it happens
we've
pretty
talked about
regularly.
this, and it's, I want to say like 60-70%. It
Yeah.
is amazing because they're in battle mode. They've just played at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 matches.
It's not uncommon for whoa.
Oh, well,
A little too much muscle
yeah,
there.
Yeah, she.
JK has a cut. He can let the cue ball go back forth. You know, if you can cut that and not put any funky spin on it, and just let the cue ball go back forth back, you figure you leave Cassie something.
He's looking at a bank here. I don't know. Boy, that 4 is really sticking out there.
Well, I mean, it cross banks, but I don't know if the 2 gives it a full pocket.
Yeah, I think you're.
I think I like cutting it, but you know, JK, you know, with his eyes and stuff, he might see a bank better than a cut, and so you kind of got to go. You got to go with where your best percentage is, and you know, I think JK sees cross rail bank shots pretty good, so I just don't know if he has a full pocket on that too, and you gotta be a little scared if the cue gets tied up in the corner pocket up there. Yeah.
Well, they're going to give Molly and Tony one more chance here. The 4 is their only real.
Yeah. That's one of my least favorite balls.
If it's
you know,
if it's
I'm
right on the rail, right, but yeah, it to me,
I'm just not a fan of that ball.
that is probably the worst place on the table.
It would not surprise me if I'm at the table if I play to run into that ball. I very well might. You know, I have a lot of balls where I can pick a good angle.
I was just about to say, I probably would have played that 3 in the side and tried to line up the 1 so I could shoot it off that 4 into the side.
Yeah, it could be. But we'll see what they do here. He's left his play some good angles and
Oh, I don't think he wanted to bump that, but I think he's okay. It looks like it goes by the 9 now.
yeah, but it's gonna make it a little more.
It's getting a little tougher, to get on that 4.
She doesn't want to run into the 9 or get hooked behind the 9 trying to get him on the 7. And if you shoot that follow, if you don't shoot a follow, you don't want to hit the point of the side pocket or scratch. So it's just a little,
Yep,
a little
it's-
nerve-wracking.
It's just a touchy little.
And you still got that 4 ball. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, what kind of angle am I going to leave?
Yeah, that
partner
tiny
for the
little
7?
angle on the 2 is affecting the 4 right now.
If she can shoot this with follow, with a touch of right, and just miss the 9 on the way to the side rail and spin around the 9, even if you nick the 9, as long as you're not hooked behind the 9 and the right-hand spin will help you with that, then you kind of give yourself an angle on the 7 for him
Right.
to draw the cue ball between the 4 and the 8. Or hit it with follow if he wants to try to run into the 4. But I don't want to leave my partner on the rail here, and so I would, looks like maybe I could shoot this as right-hand spin, a little bit of right, and to spin around the 9 maybe, and not leave my partner on the rail.
Well, she tried
Yeah,
exactly what
she
you were
She
saying,
had a
but
little more muscle on it than I was
yeah,
thinking. But,
yeah. When you hit it hard like that, it doesn't let the spin take. Well, she doesn't have Cassie anything easy here. She's going to have to back cut this 9, looks like.
Thin to win. You got to be a surgeon here. You got to cut with surgical precision. I don't think she scratches. If she can avoid the 2 ball, you can come around the table and get to the other side of the table. I don't like putting draw on this.
No, I would just put everything I had into making this
Yep.
ball and not worry too much about the cue ball right here. Okay, she made it. Oh, she came off the point. Oh, no.
Man. And she was actually able to get more
man.
draw on that than I thought. If she doesn't scratch her, then she, and then
Yeah.
she had to.
Boy, she hit that so good, but it just...
And if you don't put draw, if you run into the 2, then you're in
Yeah,
trouble too. So
yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize that she could get enough draw to keep it
Well-
above the 7 ball, which she was. So that was a tough break. Well, they still have to get it done. They're struggling. They've been struggling a little bit, so things can get complicated in a hurry.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's given his partner here a nice angle on the 2. She can shoot that in with either and come on either side of the 7. She's not on the rail, which is nice too, so it's easy to play for either side of the 7 here. If you can, you don't want to leave your partner on the rail when he's shooting the 7. No, she left her partner perfect.
Bumped for shape. And it looks like Oliver and Costanzo are going to get on the board here. If nothing else, that'll help their confidence going into a second set, even if they don't.
Well, I think it's their break, and I mean, things change in a hurry.
Yeah.
in a race.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's
Short
their break.
race, things can really turn around quickly.
If they are able to break and get out, next thing you know, it's 2 or 3, and now Cassie and John
Pressure kind of
you feel the pressure
shifts over, yeah.
and momentum change. Yeah, this is where managing your mental game, your nerves is important, because now, you didn't get out when you felt like you had a chance to, and you kind of have to relax yourself, keep yourself calm, keep yourself mentally in the frame of mind that gives you the best chance to execute.
That rack did not break well.
No, I'm surprised they didn't use a magic rack.
Yeah, it almost looked like the head ball must have rolled off or something, because it didn't. She hit that pretty square, and it just absorbed everything.
Yeah, they didn't.
The only 2 balls to come up table tied up with each other on the rail.
Well, there's work to be done here, so at least you figure if you don't make a ball on the break, this is the kind of break where it's not the end of the world if you don't make a ball. If your opponents are going to beat you here, you know that you're forcing them to shoot some great pool, because you got to make some great pool to get out here. It's better than opening them wide open and not making a ball.
I kind of like this. She's looking at that 14.
14-10 combo.
Yeah, and
who knows?
normally you wouldn't want to shoot this, but the 14 doesn't really have a pocket, so she's taken care of.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't scratch. Your opponents
Right.
have a 4-ball that's tied up, so it's okay to do these things here, and maybe the 14 stays by the 6-ball, and you can use it to break the 6-13 later. Just don't scratch off. The cue's going to be going off balls in the direction of the corner, so that's all. All right.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
The 6 is really tied up. The 4 is tied up. The 7 doesn't go by the 15. So that
He might be able to shoot the 2-ball and break the 4-ball all in one shot here. Still a lot of work to do. But if he does that and breaks the 4-ball up, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could run this rack out.
He's decided to play safe.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Your screen is
Yeah,
real time.
yeah.
My screen
Yeah,
is YouTube time.
that's kind of on, just so we have the
Yeah,
chat
so you
room
know.
there.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to. Yeah, you folks out in YouTube
Yeah.
land, you actually see it about a second and a half later.
So this gives Cassie and JK like a chance to free their 10 balls. The 10 don't go. If he can get the 10 ball by the 14 ball and run it up table to the same side of the table as 11-14 and not break out the 6 ball, I like that. Or shoot the 10 into the 14 and get the 14 over on the same side of the table as 11. It gives you a chance to deal with your 11 later. Your opponent still has nothing to deal with the 4 ball, so I definitely like freeing the 10 here. It solves a problem for you and put yourself in a position where you have a better chance to solve the 11.
Right.
Without giving your opponent, you know, that's what I like to do here. That's my thinking, strategery.
It's kind of the way I think too. Yeah, you want to improve things for. It's one thing not to leave your opponent a shot, but you want to leave things better for you.
Yeah, and I'm more concerned with not helping my opponent by solving a problem for my opponent. Yeah,
Okay,
I like that.
this is good.
Well,
14 now can help you get the 11 out.
And you might have actually just forced your opponent to
shoot
free
the
up
4.
your 11 ball here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, gluing him to the back of the 9 was a bonus there.
Yeah.
I don't know that he was trying to do that,
No,
but
yeah. I'm not
that's
sure
huge.
if she can see the 11, so she might be forced to kick at something. You could kick at the 10 ball, which is icky.
Oh,
You
they're
could
solid.
kick at the
They're solids here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, then you could probably masse into the 4, but you'd sure hate to just free up the 11 completely here.
Yeah.
I almost don't really want to shoot the 4.
I think she's called something in the top left pocket there, so it looks like she might be kicking in at the 7.
If the 7 doesn't go comfortably
Okay,
by
the 3.
wow,
she
look
kicked.
At that. Is that what she called?
Wow.
That
I
was
believe it is.
That was a very nice
Holy
shot.
smokes. That was a great shot.
But they're still pretty tough here. He's just playing defense. So now we get into a little bit of a chess match here. But what I like is that, you know, JK and Cassie still have a stripe over there. If he had been able to get his 6 ball, you know, on the other end of the table, I think I wouldn't have minded that. You know, to give you a chance to deal. I mean, I think sometimes the strategy is not necessarily to leave your opponent no shot. When they have a problem, then there's no way to solve that problem. I think it's okay to leave them a shot if you can get your ball somewhere where
sometimes just leaving them a long shot or an off angle shot or anything like that to where they can't really get into line to.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna choose not to shoot this in the side, I guess. She's looking to play safe. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
He's got a shot at the 1, maybe.
I don't know if Molly can see the 1 by the 6 or not.
And the 7 is pretty tight. I think it probably goes by the 15, but I think you have to hit it really softly and go rail first.
Yeah, and boy, these diamond tables, man, you know, in a valley, yeah, it goes easy, but in these diamonds, oh, it makes it tough.
Yeah, you said definitely don't want to muscle it.
And
when I look at the actual table, it looks even tighter.
This rack is starting to open up a little bit for both teams, but still plenty of work to be done.
looking at them. No, all right. So she's.
Yeah,
I think
she's bearing down on the 1. Okay, got it in the side.
After 6 goes by the 9, you could try to be aggressive and go for a breakout here.
Yeah, I can't tell. Boy, it might have a half a pocket if it.
I don't know. I think I might put the 5 in front of the pocket where the 15 or the 14 or whatever that ball is over there. If I have a full pocket here, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he rubbed the 9 just to get that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'm not a big fan of making any balls unless I was kind of tempted to just put the 5 in front of that pocket and try to cinch Q behind the 2 ball.
Yeah, at this point, it's like running these balls off is.
Unless you got a plan for the 4. I mean, if you got a plan for the 4, I just hope it's, it has to be sooner rather than later. So if
I kind of like maybe, I don't know if the telestrator would bank this 5, to try to knock this 7 down in this area to give yourself a break ball or something. Okay, well, that didn't.
It's getting complicated.
The 7 definitely doesn't go now.
And I think she was hoping to go maybe more full right at the 7 there. And
Possibly Tony here could
worked
cross
out
the
okay.
2, bank the 2 down this way, and try to leave them behind the 9.
Yeah, I
don't know here. I mean, you got to get something down here to deal with
agree.
the 4.
I hate that our 7 is a problem now, but I can't solve the 7 and get something by the 4 at the same time. So I might bank the 2 over by where the piece of chalk is on the rail by the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And hope my opponent doesn't get out. But I'm not liking my chances here because the 7 doesn't go. So I'm not liking my chances, but I can't
or
keep
take a
making
foul.
balls here.
Take a foul and just make the 14.
Yeah.
To me,
if I take a foul,
them having
here,
a 14 down there and you having nothing really is a huge disadvantage.
If I take a foul here, I'm shooting the 14, and I'll worry about the 7 later.
Yeah.
So,
well,
he didn't solve any problem for himself, and
no,
he didn't make it tougher for the opponent.
He left them a tough 10 ball, but he did not.
He didn't get the So I like the strategy of getting the 2 to the other end of the table rather than try not to leave your opponent anything.
Well, John's got a good angle here. He could just roll this all the way down in the corner and maybe get on to 14, just like so. Okay.
So if Cassie, she doesn't have to hit a
first thing I think of is, okay, can Cassie reach this?
Yeah, she'll be stretching. But I think she's got enough to hit this a draw right and hit the rail right near the 4 ball. I mean, the trick here is you don't want to hit it hard.
No, she doesn't have to bump it very hard at all. Just make contact with the 4.
And hitting it softer will allow the draw to grab before it gets to the rail.
Yep.
So you want to hit this soft, try to hit on the full side of the pocket, put some right hand spin on it. And by soft, I don't mean baby it, but you're not muscling it.
No, you're not powering in. It's kind of a, what I call a soft draw.
Yep. Yep. And the cue ball is pretty close to the 14, which makes this a little more natural. It's easy to feel the speed to hit it a little bit softer, not with a lot of speed.
Well, she got a little unlucky there.
Yep. I don't know if she could have got a little better draw on it maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, she just barely didn't have it,
And from here, maybe the angle wasn't wasn't,
Right.
you know,
Right.
from our angle, you know, it's hard to see if the angle wasn't quite as good as it looked.
Yeah, sometimes it looks impossible to us and they make it, and other times it looks pretty easy on our end and they go, no, that angle was horrible.
So I don't mind rolling this 9 up and use the 13 as a blocker from the 2. Although I'm not a big fan of forcing my opponent to solve the 7, but it's not the end of the world. JK went aggressive there. He was trying to spin all the way down
He
to get
did.
a breakout.
I like just moving that back down here as another break ball for the 11-4.
He was fortunate he didn't scratch on that. Well, I mean, I think maybe he chose to be aggressive there, and it's like we're up 3-1. I don't want our opponents, every time you let your opponent back to the table,
Oh,
you never
yeah.
know what can
You
happen.
give him a chance to be a hero.
It's hard to balance that. When is it time to be aggressive, and when is it not?
If
So,
you
I like
perfect
this.
that, I will buy your book.
Cassie's going to try to put the cue ball where the 13. Oh, no, okay.
Ooh. Okay, because of the 7,
Like, I
that's
thought
not
she
a
was gonna
bad.
do- Yeah, the 7 is still, you're solving a
That,
problem here.
yeah, that's right. That at first I'm like, oh, why did you do that? But they still have to worry about the 7. Now all the stripes go.
And she's not leaving a lot of angle here. But she has an angle.
Yeah.
If you
The
shoot
13 makes
this-
the 2 a little bit harder to get on.
Yeah.
The 7 doesn't go by the 15. So
I think you could get on the 7 here.
I
It's
li-
high left.
I hadn't thought of that, but I really liked
think that's
Cassie's
your
thought
only
there
shot.
was, okay,
Yeah.
let's get our ball out. Everything goes.
Yep. If she's,
I'm always asking myself, would I rather be stripes or solids right now?
Yeah.
And as long as, if I'm stripes and I keep saying, okay, stripes are still the better of the, then
There
I'm,
she goes.
oh,
Well, she hit that for all she could there. That was
she
a
hit
really
it, but
good
it
try.
still doesn't go.
But now you're a little, now you guys you can find a way to, leave your opponent real tough here. Now we have a chess match where
Yeah,
where both teams, it's a much more even match now.
Yeah.
Both teams could,
Both teams have an opportunity
Yeah.
to get out. I don't know if the 7-2 combination is on here. I think he'll try to just roll it behind, put the
He
cue
could
ball
cinch up.
behind the 2. Well,
and the chess match has begun.
that's right.
She might, or JK, or who's up? Yeah, JK. JK might.
I like him cutting the 11 over to the left-hand corner and try to leave the cue ball right up there where it is now.
Either that or he'll thin the bottom side of the 13 and try to part the cue ball against the 2, go to the bottom rail back into the 2. But the 2 goes into the corner, so you might leave a shot on the 2 all the way up table by the 8 in the corner. That's a little scary. But maybe the 13 gets in the way of that.
Yeah, I was trying to look at something simple, and what's going to help them. And I think moving that 11 closer to the pocket.
And I'm just afraid of the side pocket there. It's long.
Yeah.
You have to be really accurate on the thinness of the 13, the 11. This
Okay,
is a little easier to control.
he's gonna try the safety you were talking about, and
Sit.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, their balls are a little more tied up now, but that's the price you pay. It also
Well,
ties up
the
their balls.
the
So.
15 still goes,
Yep.
and so you just stun it over into the 7, and your
Now,
13 or is
He's
open.
going to
so.
push the 2 in front of that pocket over there, so
Well,
that 15 don't go.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Let's see. Okay, it's Molly at the table, so yeah, I would think that would be the shot to push
Yeah.
the 2 over.
And once that happens, then I'm probably going to have to let you go. So I have a 3 o'clock. And
Yeah, no, that's totally okay. Last thing I want you to do is forfeit a match because you're sitting back here talking to me.
the only thing you're focused on here is...
Who do you play at 3?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
We'll see.
Are you one of the players that doesn't want to know who you play? Or?
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry to know.
That's
Just whoever I end up with, I end up with.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, very good, Brent.
I'll-
Good luck with everything.
Hey, appreciate you having you in here.
Enjoy the rest of the match.
All right, I will.
Try
I
to
will.
keep your energy up.
Good luck over in your singles match.
Thank you.
All right, so Leo's going to head off to ruin somebody's day in singles. Meanwhile, Cassie is still looking. This has turned into quite a chess match here. I think I kind of like banking this one ball, or not the one, excuse me, the 11 ball up near the side pocket. Leave them down here at this end of the table. They'd have a 7-13-2 combination if they wanted to take it on, but it's a pretty low percentage. And it kind of gives you a ball out in the open that you could use as a break ball. We got Mr. Dwayne Payne all the way from Oklahoma City in the booth here. All right, that's about what I like. Just leave it long. You're moving that ball out now. It makes it a little tougher for them to hide you. I'm not sure what Tony is doing here. Okay. He's opened up the 7 and the 2 to where they go now. I believe John's got room to slip in there and make that 13 if he wants. Well, the good news is he made it 13. The bad news is the 15 came down and tied up with the 11. Cassie's really going to have her work cut out for her here. I think she's going to want to come off the edge of the 15 and try to get that cue ball up on the top rail somewhere up by the 8 ball. Well, she's kind of taking aim at the 11, it looks like. She may be trying to come off the 11 and leave, try to get him behind the 15. Well done. Very well done.
She got it.
Yep. Hello, David Lowry. Welcome. Welcome back. Guess it's evening time in Philly now. Still afternoon here out on the West Coast. This is the Silver Division Scotch Doubles Final. Oliver and Costanzo are the undefeated pair trying to close this out, and Kitsky and Francois coming from the one-loss side, and they're on the hill trying to force a second set. Okay, so Molly Oliver she's going to play safe.
Come off the back rail for the 2.
Josh Callens, Albert,
And Whitey snuck out on her. Okay, so John and Cassie have a good opportunity here. If John can roll this 15 in, leave Cassie just about right in there with a nice angle on the 11 to go back up for the 8. Okay, that's good.
She's going to have to stretch.
Stay away from the point. Okay. Yeah, it's like that point on the side gets huge coming up there.
The side pocket gets huge.
Yeah, the side pocket gets big. Okay, John just needs to cut this in, and we'll be going to a second and deciding set. There we are.
It's the final.
So John and Cassie take this first set by a score of 4-1. Players are all going to take a little break now, I think, and we'll reload, and probably about 5 or 10 minutes we'll be right back with the second set. Thanks, everybody. Hang with us. All right, folks. Players are back.
Back and we're back.
Everybody grabbed a candy bar, washed their hands. Getting ready for this second and deciding set. We've got a race to 4. Winning team is going to be your champions. It'll either be Tony Costanzo and Molly Oliver or John Kiske and Cassie Francois. Coin's been flipped. Looks like Tony and Molly have won the flip.
We're back here live
And
at the Snoqualmie Casino.
Yep, here at the Snoqualmie Casino
Yes,
in
North Washington.
Issaquah, Washington. I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Paul Sapp.
Oh, I got a mister out of him.
Oh, yeah. I'm really insulting you now.
Yes, man. You're pushing it.
Buttering him up.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. I'm not making the calls.
Buttering him up. That waitress might come by later. No.
Oh, yes. Where's that waitress with my rum? So they use the magic rack. Did they use it all the last match?
John and Cassie did. It's their magic rack. Tony and Molly weren't they weren't always using it, and it kind of hurt them. I thought they had a couple of.
Oh, is that right?
So I think they've decided, yeah, we might as well use this. And oh my goodness, this is 200 times better than her last break. Her last break, I commented, it looked like maybe the head ball had rolled off or something. It's like she hit it solid and nothing went anywhere.
It's just a dead little rag, wasn't it? Like a lump of bricks.
So this is a lot better spread, but once again, nothing went. So maybe she doesn't, if she's not going to make balls, maybe she doesn't want to use the matting rack.
So, table 3 later on, there's a little thing going around that Kenny Jones is actually playing in this tournament for the first time.
I heard he's playing. Oh, they're putting him on a TV table.
Oh, I think, well, we'll have to make sure we get over there on that TV table.
We might. Table 3 is our secondary TV table.
I don't think he's playing right now.
No, he's not. You got to buy the first round.
Of course.
Yeah,
How do you figure that out?
Hey.
Aha. Membership has its privileges. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. Just saying.
Not going to say anything.
Saying. I'm just saying because that's what half the players will probably say.
Well, you're in a no-lose situation.
Oh, you can't win on that one.
If he plays, if he doesn't draw Shane Van Boning or Dennis Arcolo, then it was fixed,
Oh, yeah, totally. And actually, Kenny did do the draw. So, so you have to wonder.
He's just shaking his head like, oh, you guys.
He's rutted. Or you just say that because Kenny was walking by.
Well, you didn't want to give up ball in hand on this rack like this, but
it's still open, isn't it? Did they make one?
No, I believe John and Cassie have the solids, but I'm not positive.
Get back into here. Yeah. Well, I wait for that rum waitress there so we can breathe a little better. And we have 17 likes, 40. So this time now I need, let's see, I need 26 for a free drink from Rick. Come on, you guys. You want Rick Jones, BadBoys, to buy us drinks here. We have to have 2/3. So, work with us here. Work with us. 26, 27, oh gee, another 10. I need 10 likes. Rick's buying. And those likes is what makes this into a free for you. Because the sponsors like all those likes.
That's right.
They like the likes.
Bringing streams to you all is not free. It's just free for you if we can get sponsors that
right.
And sponsors want to see that you are watching, liking, sharing.
Right. Hit the share, hit the like button, do us a favor. Pass it on. It's a nice event, you know. Hopefully this thing will grow a little bit bigger next year. They're looking
Well,
at June.
we've got a little bit of room for growth here.
Yep.
So
I wonder how much bigger this room goes.
this is it. That would be the one down. This event's never going to be, you know, like a Western BCA regional. There's just not big enough, not enough room, but we can still handle some growth here.
Do you think does that stage move any further?
No, it's a permanent stage up there.
Well, we got the hallway. Practice tables in the hallway. What do you
That's
think?
right. Put some practice tables out in the hallway. Put a tent out in this parking lot.
Tent in the parking lot. Oh, jeez, my phone is ringing here. I don't know who that is.
All right, so Molly's looking at.
New Mexico. Yeesh.
Mexico calling Canada, huh?
Mm-hmm. Do. So,
I think Molly and Tony just want to put the first set behind them. They didn't play as good as they had.
no.
And I don't know, we see this a lot with teams that are in the hot seat. You know, they were sitting, hadn't been playing. And John and Cassie came, you know, having just finished a couple of matches. And they were in full battle mode. But everybody's...
Who is this at the table?
This is Molly
This
and
is Molly Oliver.
Molly Oliver.
I used to have an album by Molly Oliver.
Wasn't that Molly Hatchet? No.
No. Yeah, shit.
Okay, so
band in
Tony's got this 10 ball. Getting on the 8's going to be a little
Looks like
tricky
he's
here.
going to go. Yeah.
Oh, hey, he could.
He's a little kick. Ooh.
He bumped it.
I don't think enough.
Boy,
No.
I don't. I think the 2 has it blocked in one hole and 5 in the other. So
She's got a bank in the corner. Maybe. It's a tough lead.
yeah, I think the 5 even is kind of in the way for the bank.
It might be. What do you think? Squeak by that 5? She's going to look at it, I bet you.
I like the way she thinks at the table, and she's a pretty good shot. So I think she'll do the right thing.
Well, she can cut it in the corner. Do you think that comes right down this corner? Tough cut.
I don't know that she's really got anything right now.
Yeah, she's concentrating on that one. Maybe she's trying to make it move or something.
I don't think the 1 is really having too much of an effect on. I think she can see the entire 8 ball. Yeah, she's looking to see if there's any way to slide it past that 2.
She's calling that side. What do you think, Brett? Going to go that side or not?
I'm going to say no, but hey, if she squeezes it by there,
Power to her.
I'm going to give her all the props in the world because
I think if she makes that, I'm going to have to buy myself a tequila or something. There. She makes that. That's a tough.
let's put it this way. I'm glad she's shooting it instead of me.
I'm glad she's shooting instead of you, too. All right, let's see. Ooh, well, she's sitting there.
All right, so John and Cassie are going to come to the table with everything lay out in the open. Got a feeling John will start with this one ball in the side.
Sure.
I like
Pop that
leaving.
and come off the rail a little bit. Hey.
I like leaving the 5 till the end.
Sure, yeah. It's going to be probably the best option on that 8, but that's on this side of it. Oh, you just stayed there.
Okay, I'm Cassie. I just roll that 4 in, get John on the 3.
4 or 3,
Or if she feels better, okay, she's
take that 6.
take the 6. There's nothing wrong with that. You go 6, 3, 4, or 4, 3,
Well,
6. It doesn't.
You know, now you're getting a precision leave here because, of course, take that 6. You don't want to cuddle up to that 3.
Right, you
and also
don't.
You don't want to
Yeah,
sew her to boots.
you want to make sure you're not. Yeah, froze up on the 3.
Right. That's why I think I would take the 4.
And
much
she's
inches.
and I think she kind of.
Gosh, she must have read my mind because she can't hear me.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, she came a little further out
you
than
might
she
see
would
the
have
end of your
wanted.
5 right here, unless he wants to cut that 3.
Yeah, I was saying in the first set, this is where I will get in trouble. I'll miss a tough shot on the 3 trying to leave the 5. And sometimes if you make a mistake, you got to go ahead and shoot that key ball and use something else.
Plan B. We talked about earlier. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you just gotta change
he
your
can
mind.
he can shoot this 5 and he'll
Change your mind.
put
and
her
you
right
come
on
in.
the 6, and then she just needs to leave enough angle on the 3 to get down this
Sure.
into the table. So it's not like you're not going to get out.
No, it's obviously right up the table.
Okay, I don't know why he hit that near so
Well,
hard.
You know, that wasn't a bad shot, though.
Okay,
Scary, but not bad.
yeah, I certainly would not have hit it like that. I would have came up to about maybe even with the side pockets to shoot that 6, but
So she's gonna hit that.
she's going to follow to the side rail and out for the 6, it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, she's just looking at where she's gonna hit. And she's gonna come off there, and he's gonna have to go off that back rail and either line up straight for the 8 downtown or bring that cue ball down this
She
end,
just needs to make
obviously.
sure she doesn't like let this cue ball get away and scratch in the side or something. Okay, I think she's going to stun it out, which I actually like this. Don't go to the rail.
Yeah, then sweep her up the center table. Yeah,
There you go.
sure. Smart move.
Now,
Left them dead straight on.
now John's got to put a pretty good little stroke on this.
He's gonna either sucker back jack or cheat pocket and go off the back rail. Huh?
I would try to draw this straight back. I don't know that he's got an angle to go. Yeah, boy, they kind of got themselves a little in trouble here in this.
Well, like I said, I think, come on, a nice long suck back here, and you're good to go. Draw that right back to where he is, type of thing, or even.
Yeah, it's not but it's not an easy shot.
No, I don't say it is, but at this stage of the game, they didn't get here because they miss. Or see there, that's what I was saying.
He's
You gotta
looking.
get fairly straight on the other way. You got to get
Boy.
first round to bring it down this pocket.
You don't want to leave much of an angle there because that's
No. It'll go by. You can shoot that cue ball by there. Depends on your angle, but if you get a good spot, little top gear, push through, right? You'll hit that 8 ball.
all right. Here we
down.
go.
What's it look like? Looks like he's gonna bring it back. I think. Ooh.
That's the danger. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's going to go. It's going to go.
Oh. Well, he's sort of lucky, isn't he? Jeez.
Okay. Well, Tony's got a.
Yeah, he's got to deal with that.
That's a tough little. I think you almost got
That's
to
a
bank
banker.
this. You got to
I think
bank
so
it.
too. That's a bank corner.
Yeah, he just called the bank.
Sure. Yeah. Anybody's going to do that bank corner. It's hero or zero. as we say. Canada in the belly.
He got it.
That's the first one.
So Oliver and Costanzo take an early 1-0 lead in this second and deciding set.
What was the score of that first set? I missed it.
It was 4-1 to Kitsky and Francois. Yeah, they were up 3-0, and
So they won quite handily.
they did. They did.
Was the score really how the game went, or?
Yeah, there was some funny little rolls and some, but yeah, they just kind of controlled things. Played well. Guy's pretty proud of his break over there.
Must be. Did you make 5 balls?
Well, his opponent is holding a cue ball in hand, so
Oh, wasn't that good a break? Yeah, he's really proud of the break.
singles have just started in the rest of the room.
Yeah, she's a full house here right now.
Well, John spread them out really nice, but scratched on the break. This set is certainly not starting off for them like the first set did.
Oh, well, you don't. That's part of this game, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You don't sort of get all the rolls.
We, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I don't think you were here. And for those of you out there listening, we just got back from the Southwest Regionals down in Arizona. We had 6 finals. All 6 went 2 sets, and 5 out of the 6 went hill in the second set.
Wow.
So, just amazing. We got to see some really exciting pools. So, hey, a hill one here, I would love to see it. I don't have a rooting interest in this match at all, but an exciting hill match.
So what do you
Nobody
think?
loses.
He's left her 2 over, 3 in the side, maybe there.
Yeah, I would have thought he would have rolled down and maybe a little bit further for the 2, but
Is that 3 you think it goes? She's looking at it, but she's
yeah, she looked at it. I think the 2 is the right shot
sure
here.
it is, yes. Cue ball rolls downtown, and of course, then you've got massive choice.
It's kind of what happened in the first set. They rattled a few balls, and
Well, we didn't change the pocket size since they started the event, so things are still the same.
well, what you don't know is while you were sleeping last night, I came in and shimmed all these tables.
And you're like that, aren't you? Because you've got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been pretty good if that had knocked that 2 ball in. But I think the way it's sitting there, that looks like to me that it'd go. When the ball's like that inside these, inside the corner like that on these pockets, a lot of times that 2 ball will act sort of like a revolving door type of thing. If hit the ball on the other side or roll the two of them in. I think it's too far enough.
He's going to leave it there for now.
He is. Oh, she's got the one. She's got the one.
They're shooting stripes.
Oh, sorry. She's still. Oh. Gosh.
Paul wants her to take an intentional foul and shoot the one.
See, yeah. Well, you know us. We're looking off that other table. Go over that other table. What's going on there? They're all singles, hey? All the rest of us?
Yep.
This is
The rest of the room is all singles.
This is the last of the Scotch doubles?
This is it. This set. Okay, she's left John a nice on the combo. It's just kind of leaving this 12-2 down here.
Well, he's got a couple options. He can hit that combo. I don't know how wind up that is. That looks off to me. But that cue ball could come down here and smack that 2 in or hit that 12-2.
I would be tempted to do that.
Me too. I like doing those type of shots. That doesn't bother me at all. Not at all.
Got to make sure you make this 13, though.
Yeah, he has to cut that a little bit higher to the left. Oh, he didn't do it.
Missed it.
He shot before I told him what to do. That's a problem. See, they don't listen, these guys. They shoot too fast.
Okay, so that brings Tony to the table.
Tony.
He can shoot this 3 and just get up above the 5, and then they can use that to combo into 2. I don't think I would try to draw into it right here. Yeah, he's going forward.
Well, why would he bother? He can hit the 2. They can make the 2. They don't have to go back there and do that for a bit. And plus, he's also got that combo, lined up. He's got 2 different combos there if he wants.
I think.
She goes up there and takes that one ball. And
yeah,
gives him
Molly
choice.
can shoot this 1, come off the
back rail
there, and come out for the 4.
Or come downtown with the frown and take the combo once a frown, boot that 12 and 2 stuff out of the way. Open the pocket up. Staying there.
Okay,
No
yeah,
choice.
I don't
no
like.
choice, I don't think.
Well,
no.
I don't like leaving the 4 there. If you're gonna go up there, let's get rid of all the balls at one end and get the
sure.
ones down at the other.
Yeah.
There we go.
Which one are they going to take?
I like taking the 7 into the 2 here.
Totally. Ball in the
And
rail.
I actually like to shoot it into the 12 so that the 12 moves out of the way.
Totally. I totally agree with you. Yeah, then you open that pocket up for either or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. Oh.
It's a little
Well,
unfortunate.
the 12 kind of came back out. Tony's he's going to be able to cut this 5 into the 7, I believe, though. This is just not quite as easy as they were hoping it would. He chose to bank it.
You think that 12 goes by that in the corner here?
Boy, that's the
Can't
$1
tell
million
from here.
question.
Can't quite tell.
I'm going to try to read Cassie's
She's
face.
And eyebrow went up. That's all we got out of that was an eyebrow.
A little wink.
Yeah.
Got to train these players. When you get down and look like that, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah. Come on.
If it goes, give me a little.
Look up at the camera and smile.
That's right. That means it goes.
Yeah, I got this one. Yeah.
I don't think it does. She's kind of like walking around like,
Yeah.
what do we do here?
And they got the other corner blocked, as well. So she's gonna,
Well, she's gonna get it out there and go, John, here, you take
You're
a
on
look
your
at
own.
it. See if you think it goes.
Happy birthday.
I couldn't really tell. I didn't want to shoot it, so here, you take a look.
And I think he's gonna bail.
If it goes, you have to play it right now.
He's going to take this up the
In
corner.
fact, I think even if it doesn't go, you've got to like try to squeeze it in there and block the pocket. You don't want to be messing with that as your last ball before the 8.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so on the risque side, you can pot there up in the corner, come off the back rail, and hopefully come down here and tap that 6 in the pocket there. And is that 6?
That's a 7.
7, okay. Let me look at, oh yeah. That's funny, that damn angle. You need to turn this monitor a little TV. Yeah, that's better. Oh, yeah. A whole different game now. So, which way is he going to go? He's looking, he's studying.
You know, if there's not room, you got to. I like coming. Oop.
Wrong guy. Close it. Top
Yeah.
gear and smoke it. It's my old saying. Top gear and smoke it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh,
That doesn't
it
go.
was the risque shot there. So she's got a banker wanker. And that's about it. She's not cutting that anywheres. I need 7 more likes. Come on, you guys. 7 more. 7 more. Rick's buying. Get that thing down. There you go.
I don't know what the heck. We may have to get Rick over. I don't know what he did before. His scoreboard is not a.
Yeah, pull that guy down. Now
Well,
pull this guy over.
I can't just. It'll go back up again.
No. Scroll. Oh my! There was the chance.
We'll have to. Yeah, I have to get him back over here to fix that scoreboard. I don't know how to.
Maneuver it.
I don't even know how I mess it up sometimes. I was trying to use the telestrator.
You do live up in the woods there. Like,
Oh,
do you have
you know.
electricity up there?
Yeah,
Keyboards?
sometimes.
Sometimes. Eh? When the generator's got gas, eh? Is that how it is?
Oh, you better hope.
In the belly. And
Okay.
shoot for the side.
Cassie's got a nice shot here. 8 in the side. Tie this match up.
Boom.
And she does. We're 1-1. Second and deciding set.
It won't grab it? Won't grab that scoreboard?
No, I just don't know how to get it to be. I'll have to get Rick over here. He's over there talking on the phone. It's his. I don't know how it works. All right, so Tony's using the magic rack again this time. He's racked the balls for Molly, who's going to break.
Wow, there's a nice little break, eh? Look at that.
Yep, and they got a ball to go down. Looks like they're going to take stripes here. Well, I think he wanted to come a little further
than
down.
that, didn't he? Yeah.
But he has left Molly the 14 ball.
He left Molly 14. Covered that diamond sign. I don't know what that.
You did it pretty good there.
I have a similar program.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. It's all about moving the field in the middle.
It's all about trying to. I don't know, for some reason it'll come up, but it won't go back down. And well, Tony's kind of looking at banking the 12. I don't know.
I guess we should get that diamond sign looking there. They'll be all over us, won't they?
I don't think they're watching. I'll make it a little bigger.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Meanwhile, back at the game, what do we have happening here? Who's shooting what?
Well, John's going to be shooting solids now.
Salads.
So I would guess the 4. Careful picking that. I think you're going to have to move one of those balls.
Like he's going to move one of those balls.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to move it before he shot. Okay, here we go. This is what you like to see. Players working together.
Amazing thing.
It's taken 4 or 5 years of a magic rack to get people.
Just to get that happening there,
Oh. Didn't you notice, like, at BCA Nationals, you got called a lot less to tables to remove magic racks than you did 3-4 years ago?
Totally, yes. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
A lot of them seem to leave it on the table more so this year than before.
They're
They're all hyper about getting it out of the way. And then it seemed that they'd all wait till they did a shot or two and it was clear. And
it's not as big a deal as a lot of people thought when they first came out.
we are live from Snoqualmie Casino in
Issaquah, Washington.
Issaquah? Wow, Northwest Washington. Is that what you call this? Northwest? Or
Yeah,
just north?
this is Washington.
Would you
Paul's-
call it Northwest or no?
Well, we're in the Northwest. You mean like Northwest Washington? Yeah, I guess.
it's Northwest Washington.
Yeah,
so-
we're about, 20 miles east of Seattle.
Yeah, so I guess it's still the West, sure. Yeah.
what I like to call serial killer Disneyland here.
Ooh.
If you drive around, it's like, oh, Sammamish State Park. Oh, that's where Ted Bundy used to,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I had to cross over the Green River. I'm like, oh, another.
Is there Oswald lived or something?
No, it's the Green River Killer.
Oh, the Green River Killer. So
That's like
why
every
is it when I
every
drive
notorious serial killer is like lived in this area almost.
Wow. Why is it when I drive down the highway and we look at the mountains there's a number 12 on that mountain? Have you seen that? And it was lit up last night, actually.
Yeah, that's the Seahawks fans call themselves the 12th man.
Oh, my.
But for those people who really follow sports, Texas A&M University was the first ones that did that. They are the original 12th man.
And it's lit up to boot. It's way up there on the side of the mountain.
Yep, they're pretty proud of that.
They must be. That must have cost them some good bucks and some hard work. Get that way up there. I wonder what that was all about.
Now, see, I like to tease Luke and Derek, they're big Seahawks fans, and I say, oh, that's a 12? I thought that was 1 and 2, their record in Super Bowls.
Oh, it's half. Well, they're going to have a hockey team in Vegas.
Yeah, and a football team.
And a football team. What's the football team called?
The Raiders are moving to Las Vegas.
And the hockey team's the Knights, I think, or something they're calling them.
Yeah, I'm
Is
not
it
sure.
the Vegas Knights or Nevada Knights or something like that?
I'm sure it'd be Vegas, but oh, nice shot,
Yeah, that was
Cassie.
really nice. Very nice.
Okay, if you're John,
4 off the rail and come out of traffic.
yeah, if you want to be nice, you shoot the 4 and get her on the 6. If you or you can shoot the 6 and make her shoot the 4. Seattle pays to use it. Well, I hope they do. They should.
Six and draw back a bit. Yeah, that's true. The only thing you got to worry about is you have to get that one right. If not, it's a rude 8-ball you're going to leave somebody, your partner. This one here looks interesting because, of course, you see what he's doing. He's going off that back rail, coming out of traffic. 6 downtown, 8's wide open.
He's just got to make sure, that he doesn't get stuck behind a 13 or something.
Yeah.
Don't run into the 10.
Well, top gear and smoke it. No, he needs to be some right on this side. He's got to come off that rail a little bit. And he did. Nice shot. Right out and around.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Slow down.
Okay.
That's pretty good. There you go.
She's okay.
Yeah.
This might be a little tough for her to reach. Usually don't say that a lot on a bar table, but
Yeah, she's a little shorty little lady.
Cassie's not as tall as some pool players we watch. But she's been this tall her whole pool playing life, I think, so she's learned to deal with it.
And the belly.
She rolled that in nicely.
Nice
Now
shot.
she's left John an 8-ball on the side that he should be able to handle. This will give them a 2-1 lead, and it is now their break. So if we were watching tennis, we'd say they just broke serve in this final set. If they've ever wanted to get a break and run, this is probably where they want to get it.
Yeah, you know, down 2-1, you don't want to get somebody through. Well, they're going to hill.
That's what I mean. If they
hill or tied, one or
they
the
can
other. Yeah,
they
so.
can break and run and get to the hill, that would really put some pressure on their opponents.
I caught that in time.
Good move. Good move. Oh, is anything going to go
Not a fall?
13?
No.
No.
Nope.
Nothing.
No friends, a lot of neighbors.
No friends, a lot of neighbors. Oh,
Jeez.
sounds like every neighborhood I've ever lived in.
Well, you know, Brent, what's that telling you? Why did you move to the woods? You know.
Actually, it's funny. No, my in-laws are actually one of our neighbors, so that makes it handy.
How close is that, though?
They're probably about 250 yards away through the
Oh.
trees. You can't see.
Through the trees.
Yeah, you can't see them.
Through the trees, over the hill, around the bush.
That's right.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Boy. That's just wrong right there. That's wrong. Okay, so fancy pantsy shot is cue ball 11 off the 3,
Boy.
tap 13 in. On that, I say get the 10.
Looks
I'm
like
not
she
that 10
might.
goes.
Yeah, looks like she might be able to shoot the 10.
It might go straight. I don't know if that's is that
Boy.
the 6 there? No, that's a 14. Is it? Yeah.
14-6.
14.
One has a stripe, one doesn't.
Yeah. Just the glare. Just the glare, dude. We both got glare.
Yeah, we got to turn off those lights. Huh?
Well, Rick keeps playing around the outside doors there. And I must admit, it is a little bit better at night when it's a little darker outside. You don't get that light from outside.
Yeah, yesterday those doors were closed, I think, weren't they?
No, we had to get in. We could open up there. No, you know what they had out there in the hall was that screen that take your picture.
Oh,
and
that's
it blocks
right.
and that. They just brought that in here.
Yeah, they just brought it by here a little
Yeah.
while ago.
So you have a little bit extra light coming from outside. It looked like it was going to rain earlier, but it's brightened up now.
Yeah, I see a little sunshine out there now.
The hills far over there look a little blue. I thought they were smoky there earlier. What do you think? What do you think she's going to do?
Well, she looks like she's going to come off the edge of this 11.
Well, that's not too shabby.
It's not too bad, yeah.
Not like
She hasn't
handled-
left.
There's no platter involved here. There's no hand or nothing. That's for sure. They'll be a little creative on this one, aren't they?
She's not left John anything really easy to start with, which
No.
when you have no shot, that's what you want to do.
Sure. Yeah, that was nice weight because a little further, you know, when the combo's open, or there's a couple of the shots here that could have came into play.
It's like to me, he's banking this 3.
Yeah.
He just wants to leave the cue ball kind of right.
No, combo. And no luck on that one. Well, the 9 ball is
Well,
ugly now.
he has not well, let's see, the 13. They have that.
13, they can break the 11 if they want, tap it over. Excuse me, or 13 go around. Yeah, going around again.
Gotta
Everybody's
go, gotta
a little-
go.
Everybody's a little tentative
Gotta
here,
go,
eh? You
yeah.
know, you can tell. I think the nerves are starting to kick in here a little bit.
Well, see, the last time he shot, he rolled too far and sewed her up on the balls, and then this time he just didn't go quite far enough.
Well, she's going to fire him soon. Bum, bum, bum. That's what the music would be. Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know if she can curve around the edge of that 5 and get the 11. Yep, she's just called safe.
You know what we need is a little Jeopardy music, like do do do.
No. She called safe, and well, let's see. Cassie doesn't have a real easy starting shot here either. She's kind of up over that 6, can shoot the 5 down here, or the 7.
Five, and then maybe gives a.
You know, I kind of like just come off the edge of that 6. That's what she's looking at. Come off the edge of this 6 and just leave the cue ball right over in this area. Wow, look at that, right on my line.
Holy birthday cake bat.
Right on my line.
Oh, no. That was unbelievable.
Mentally, I just told her what to do.
Scared. You know, I think you're coaching. I'm calling you on coaching.
Hey, all she had to do was look up there on the screen and she can
Oh,
see.
yeah, it's after the shot.
Haven't seen a player yet. Rick and I were talking about. Haven't seen a player yet look up on the screen and see what we would do. We use our telestrator, and there's 2 big screens at each end of this room that our live stream is on. A new way of coaching. Yeah, I could just write, kick safe. Go for it.
Nope. Had the banker. Missed him. So what do we got left here? Is that 3 go in the corner, do you think? That must go by the 10. Do you think it does?
Yeah, the 3 goes by the 10.
Or the 2? 2 by the 10.
John could, yeah, he could start off with cutting his 2 in.
The 2 is kind of nice because you got the 9 balls a break, right? You know, kick the 9 out of there, take the 1. You know, what they say, what is it? Walk the elephant.
Yeah. You have all
pitch to
these.
the giraffe.
You are the ones that. I don't have all those sayings. They. I don't know who they are.
Well, as I said, right,
You Canadians
come out to
just.
reality.
You Canadians just sit on your bar stool and think of all these like funny little sayings or what?
Well, we don't usually sit on the bar stool.
No, that's right. You're usually laying beneath it.
Underneath it, looking up at the bottom. And they're written on the bottom of the bar stools if you really want to know.
Oh, okay. That's where you came up with all
That's where
these.
we're getting at.
Gotcha. All right. He's cut that 2 in nicely.
You just have to learn to fall down more.
Hey, I've perfected falling down. It's the getting back up part that just is not as easy as it used to be. Okay, so Cassie can cut this 1 in.
She can cut the 1 in. She has to be careful of the scratch downtown. And then she can leave definitely for all 3 balls. Depends on how hard. 2 balls down here and the 3 ball up there. What's that, the 6 out there?
Yeah, the 6 is sitting right next to the 8.
That's going to be the problem. Ball right there. And she went downtown. Get that. And, oh, my. Oh, well. There you go. That changes things. Big time. This is going to be one of the longer games.
Well, John can cut this 3 in now and break. You know, he can come into the 8 and break things out there. There we go.
Let's
Well,
see that
the
nine
4 are
rolled.
still, the
Yeah,
4 and the 9 are
rolled in
still
front of
tied
that
up.
four,
But
right? So that changed things a lot when that happened. 3 off the back rail, maybe take the 6 and then get downtown again.
okay, so, well, John's got the 7 in the side.
Side to the side. Tap that stripey boy, send him down. Hit the 4 and 9 if you can. That'd be kind of nice. Of course, you know, like I say, have missed a shot from over here. Oh, I would have hit that a lot harder. See, I had the right plan. I would have hit that harder. That would have went down there and smashed that sucker.
Yeah,
He had to trust himself. He shot hard on those other shots.
yeah, Cassie has really nothing now.
No, it's tough now. It's brutal. You're only hearing one side of our conversation.
Well, can you not hear us both?
Turn your right speaker on. Can everybody hear both of us? We're talking.
Yeah.
This is Paul, and that's Brad over there. He's way over there.
Way over here. Okay, that was a nice kick on the
It says somebody's
6.
mic is off. Whose mic's off?
Both mics are on. Well, I'll just leave it. They haven't. Nobody's answering. No, don't touch that.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Yeah. You hear both of us now?
Okay, yeah.
Never mind.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What happened? You plug your other speaker in there, Michael? Paul is louder in the right speaker. That's good. Paul's a loader. Yeah, I load things in.
Paul's just louder in real
load
life.
the tables
too.
in, load the tables out.
Paul's louder. He's loaded.
I'm a loader.
He's loaded.
Both are fine. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Is the bracket online somewhere? Yes, it is. Tell them how to get to that, Brett.
Well, you go to badboysbp.com and click on the live brackets.
There you go.
Just be sure to put the BP after Bad Boys.
That's sweet. Yeah, fishing on 9. I think, now here you go. So you get fancy pants, you take 10, get out of there, and do the combo. Do the combo.
I think you might be able to draw this into. And he missed it.
Yeah. Shape for the shot. Shape for the shot. One of the first things I was ever taught. Don't sacrifice the shape for the shot.
I think it goes the other way around. Don't sacrifice the shot for the shape.
Well, whatever it is.
And we've all done it.
Don't sacrifice that shape? Hear that shot?
Shape doesn't mean anything if you miss.
9 in the side. Where's that 9 go on the side? 9's downtown.
We need to, you need to just come off this 6 and just leave the cue ball up there on the top rail behind the 8,
Sure.
right about where he's putting his finger.
Yeah. Now, why are some of these pool players doing that? I've seen a lot of them do that. Is that because they're holding the chalk there? I've
What's
seen a
it?
few of these guys who put their baby finger and their fourth, the finger beside their thumb, what are you going to call it, their pointer finger, on the table and make the little spread there.
Oh, I've done it before. I think it just makes your bridge a little more sturdy. I don't know.
Maybe your leg.
Comfort thing.
You block them? Oh.
Well, that just
Yeah.
tied things up. I don't really think you wanted to tie it up, but
That's an ugly tie-up, too.
well, the problem is, okay, see,
Well, there's nobody getting
Molly
down
and
there,
Tony
right?
have the 15 ball that they can use to break that open, but Cassie and John have, you know,
Nothing.
the 4 balls up there, so they have nothing to break that open with.
Yeah. Yes, that's not a happy day. Yeah, they're not going to take that 15.
Not just yet. Oh, look at that. Wow, what a shot that
That was
was.
a nice shot. she
Molly,
made
what
there.
a great shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've seen it here first live at Snoqualmie Casino.
That was a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it was a
Well,
nice shot.
now that puts pressure on Tony. He's got to roll this 15 ball in. They don't really have a good pocket for the 10.
Yeah, I think we should all stand up and clap now. I think we deserve a couple likes after that one, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, hit those like buttons. You must have liked that shot. You can't tell me you didn't. Come on, Kevin. Give us a like.
Kevin liked it.
You liked it? That was a nice shot. You have to admit. She did it, you know, with authority. Didn't mess with that, hey?
Getting down to it here. They want to make sure they're on the same page.
Sure. Now that 8 is kind of. They had the 9 for the 8, but they got to get lined
Now,
up.
see if
I
they
think,
start
pretty
taking too long. That's when you need your Jeopardy music. Dun, dun, dun. As our little okay, time to shoot.
And today's question is.
Well, if he doesn't feel comfortable shooting a 15, you know, he could come off the edge of the 9, leave him up behind the 8.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot this 15, though.
15 and follow.
Well, he can't really do much else. He's just got to make sure. Oh,
What
whoops.
was that? You got to aim.
Well, now.
Shoot the duck and give it to the frog. I don't
Does
know
the
what they're gonna do here.
Does the 4 pass the 8 if it does?
I
I
don't
almost
know.
like.
I can't tell.
I almost like shooting that one
Do you
first.
think the 4 goes in that corner over there?
I said if it does, I like shooting it. Because otherwise you shoot the 6, what are you going to do with the 4?
Well, I
And
think
you
I
just
could
open.
shoot the 6 and scroll back and maybe tap him.
She
You gotta
can't-
do some
oh,
hard,
I don't
serious
think.
shot.
I don't think
She's
she
pretty
can.
straight on. She can cheat that pocket from that angle. Like that. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Wow.
Well,
Nice shape.
like I said, if it goes, John, you got to shoot.
If that goes.
Because you've opened up that pocket down there.
He best be
So
behind
all
her.
all the stripes go now.
Now, see, if they're Canadian players, they, you know, definitely there's a drink involved in that one. Then I can taste it.
Is there any shots that a drink is not involved in Canada?
Yeah, there is. There actually is. Yeah. Missing the 8, scratching the 8, you don't get drinks.
Oh, no. Then you buy drinks, right?
Yeah, well, that's
So a drink is still involved.
It's sort of the other way around, yeah. Do you think it goes? It's sort of.
Better hope it does, because if it doesn't, they're in trouble.
It's got a tough bank.
There's nowhere to duck.
Well, he called it over there. So for $10,000 or less.
See, he can use the 9 to stop this cue ball for the 8. Perfect. Look at this. Boom.
Oh,
Cassie likes this shot.
yes, she does.
Cassie likes this one.
Well, I mean, she made this happen.
This will put them on the hill.
This little lady here, I want to go split on a lotto ticket with her because, you know, she's got everything going her way for sure.
She's playing well.
Very well. Yeah. And that's why they're here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they're here.
So, Kiski and Francois are now on the hill, 3-1.
Wow. They beat them 4-1 last time.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. You have to ask yourself, who put them over here?
It was this team right here.
Put them over and they come back to smack them?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
Revenge.
they haven't smacked them yet. It's not over.
Oh, they smacked them in the first round.
But
They've got the hand raised up here for the belt across the head right now.
they do have their hand raised.
It's
yes.
raised, I tell you.
They haven't brought it down yet, but
Yeah, it's a bang bang max.
yeah, it's a short race. We were talking. Leo and I were talking about that. How quickly things can change.
Mhm. Is this the first time Cassie and John been partners? Do you know that?
I think it is. Yes.
Right.
Cassie usually plays with Leo, and he said that he wasn't playing Scotch, and her and John had been wanting to play together for a while, and so this was their opportunity.
Well, it was a good choice by both involved. Very good choice.
Yeah, they seem to get along good. Both these teams seem to be pretty supportive of each other.
And this is silver, right?
This is the silver division.
What are they winning here? 10, 15,000?
I'm not sure what first place is.
Say on
in
the
this.
score sheet here?
Yeah, you look on the brackets. No, it tells us what second place is. Second place is 450.
Yeah, so
I don't know what first was. Probably, I'd say 700. Probably
yeah, you know, I saw 680 over there.
680 would make
I saw
sense.
that on
yeah.
one bracket, so I don't know if it was this one or not. But
In the silver division, their Fargo ratings had to not exceed 1,000.
right. Not exceed 1,000.
I think somebody said Cassie's like just over 500, so John is like just under 500. But they're
Boy.
both pretty close to that 500.
Yeah.
In fact, I think both these teams are.
Is Kenny out there playing yet? Let's see him. Let's see.
He was down there practicing out in front of the.
Yeah, he stole
Yeah.
that table right quick because he, you know what Kenny did? He looked on the score sheet on the draw and saw who was a TBA. Called out the winner and then went and took the table right quick so he could practice.
He was playing on the table right in front of the
Yeah, in front of the booth there.
right in front of the tournament desk.
Yeah, that 15 had a TBA. Mm-hmm. Combo? Straight in. Combo.
Okay. Looks like Tony's probably gonna have to shoot the 3 down here in the corner. I don't think the 5 passes the 12.
Well, you know, the 3's not a bad choice. He could fall that down and take the 4 downtown. Then he's, depends on his angle, gets into the mesh of things. That's what he's looking at. And if he even doesn't get a shot that way, he still has the, what is that, the 6 down here in the corner for safety anyways. Something to pick up on. I don't think that 5 cuts, does it?
Okay, that was a nice shot. He's left Molly the 6 in the same pocket. I don't think that 4 passes. I think she's going to have to draw up above.
Where'd she get the combo? If she really stick to the rail, she's got that 6 ball.
Be the 7. See,
Or
the 6.
7.
The 6 is
6 is
down.
down,
So you
yeah,
see,
sorry. That'd be that 7.
you look at those and they're different.
I just can't get these things. I just can't get these things.
Poor ball.
Bringing traditional balls back.
You
on
don't
these screens. No, we don't play with these at all.
you don't have these on your tables up there?
0.
Oh, that's
Zero.
that's
Mine are
terrible.
all traditionals.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's what they say, but you know what I say.
Gives your players a decided disadvantage when they come down to the States.
Well, come on. I mean, you're only shooting stripes and solids.
I can only think of one tournament down here in the States where they use the traditionals, and that is Derby City. See, I've got these balls on my table at home, so.
Oh. What do you bother having a table for?
I wonder that myself
Is that
anymore now.
For storage for your.
For storage, no. As little as I play anymore, I kind of wonder why I have it, but
I've got a diamond 7 put down my basement there, and I think I took the cover off it Friday when we came back.
as little as I play, I need to buy a cover for mine. The granddaughters were over, and I saw fingerprints in the dust on the rails. I'm like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was 680 for first. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Stevie Wonder says
680 for
680, yeah, I thought
first.
it was.
Yeah, Kevin said that too. That's 680 for first place. And we got a 966 team against a 996 team. So that adds up to a pretty competitive match.
Off of that.
Oh, look at this. Hell, they
no.
blocked the pocket, though. They blocked the pocket.
That's a big thing to me. I think owning those pockets is so important.
It is. It is. And in 8-ball, it's giant.
Sure. Now, is it...
Because the 12 doesn't have a pocket. The 9's really pretty tough.
So do you go over there and go off your ball and tap that guy in the corner and just leave them there, or do you keep playing yeah,
I
no,
would
we
shoot
did.
the 10 first, and then like the 14, and then I'd go after the 4 with the 9.
Get rid of a few balls first.
Yeah, they could even clear these if you wanted to. Then I might leave the 14 out there. Get on the 9 with off of one of these.
It's gonna squirrel over or come back.
I think she's gonna try to draw it over into him.
6 out of the ball to me. She
Well,
broke those.
okay then.
To help them.
Well, get your 12 out of there. Yeah, that 4 is pretty deep in there. If you got straight on with one of those, you might be able to follow it in. I also don't mind shoot the 12 into the 4, call the 12. If it doesn't go, leave the cue ball down here on the bottom rail, like kind of behind the 13 and the 11. You've blocked their 2 and their 7, and you wouldn't leave them a shot on their 3. And he's going to come down here and get the 13.
On the side.
Yeah, I don't like leaving these till the end.
Well,
But
they have.
everybody sees things a little differently. That's what makes Scotch doubles so fun.
Sure. Oh, here comes the right honorable Mr. Kenny Jones. He's getting ready, getting warmed up. What time do you play, Kenny?
He's putting his game face on.
Table 3, so we can. Okay, we got a camera on 3. That's good.
What'd he say? Nice.
Yeah, he's just give the typical Kenny, oh damn grin.
He likes it. He just doesn't want to admit it.
He's calling the pocket. He's calling the pocket, bye. Oh, well, that certainly changes things.
Well, okay. He got safe, but yeah, I didn't really think he wanted to tie up at 12. Looks like Molly can see the edge of the 2.
That's about it. Yeah, I don't think she can come in the backside of that 12. I mean, she doesn't want to. You just want to tap that 2 and get out of there. Run away. Run away, run away.
Well, but you are going to leave.
Or she could come straight downtown, and kick both those balls in the bum, because that's not that hard for her. I've seen this woman. She's a putter. So.
She can come off that too, but she's going to leave Kiski and Francois a shot, and when they're on the hill, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking watching them get up here to shoot. Especially, it looks to me like they can fit the cue ball in there to make that 12. If the cue ball's down this end of the table.
Yeah, at the right angle. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a whole ball distance in between there for sure, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's just called safe.
Yeah.
So if she comes off that 2, it's going to be tough to not leave them a shot.
And this is a late shot. See what she's gonna, how hard she shoots this. Make a big difference.
Oh, she did kick at it.
And
Okay.
rail,
And left a shot.
Oh.
Left a shot.
Let's start all over again with a 9 ball.
It's good. Okay, it was. Whoa.
Why?
Wow, I don't know.
What was that about?
I don't know what. It looked good to me.
I saw a ball in the back.
Hmm.
Wow. Somebody got burnt.
Well, she did ask, and so if they said yeah, it was ball in hand. I mean,
She's here. She's got a stunned look on her face. Look at her.
well, she does, but boy, I don't know. I mean, she asked and they agreed, so she picked it up. So I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to find out what they thought the foul was.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like this 9 must pass. He gets Cassie on the 8 ball, and we are
Done.
that'll be a wrap on the Scotch doubles. Here comes a professional pool player, Kenneth
Holy
Jones.
cow, look, Kenneth Jones, ladies and gentlemen, his hair's done today and everything.
Sporting the BadBoys UTG shirt. Okay, didn't really want to rub that too, but Cassie does have a shot on this 8 ball. There you go, folks.
That's all she wrote.
John Kiske and Cassie Francois are your 2017 Northwest 8-Ball Silver Division Scotch Double Champions.
We'll be talking to you in a bit. She got burnt.